During this time, the city of Charlotte, realizing how serious Shinn was about moving the team, decided to put the idea of constructing a new arena to a vote as part of a much larger citywide building referendum. Shinn was very pleased with this, and he immediately turned his attention into getting the referendum passed and even withdrew his bid for relocation to the league. It appeared through polls that a majority of voters were in favor of the referendum and that it likely would pass. But just days before the vote, the mayor of Charlotte, Pat McCrory, decided to veto a living wage ordinance that would have raised the minimum hourly rate for Charlotte city workers to $9 an hour. The veto sparked a campaign by a community organization named Helping Empower Local People, also known as HELP, to reject the arena referendum. Their feeling was that it was immoral for Charlotte to spend millions of dollars to build a brand new arena, but also refuse to pay its workers a fair living wage. Helping Empower Local People successfully swayed public opinion on the issue, and the referendum failed to pass, with 57% of the voters rejecting the idea. After the vote, Charlotte city leaders went back to the drawing board to come up with a new plan. The city desperately wanted to keep the Hornets from moving, but were fed up with having to deal with George Shinn as the owner. Charlotte publicly stated that they would do whatever they could to build a new arena, but only if Shinn would sell the team. At this point, the NBA had become concerned about the growing public rift between the city of Charlotte and George Shinn. The NBA knew that essentially forcing Shinn to sell the Hornets would anger every other owner in the league, setting a dangerous precedent for forcing owners out anytime a city and an ownership group disagreed on a matter. They also knew that the situation couldn't be resolved by having Shinn and the Hornets remain in Charlotte, as the city was adamant about Shinn selling the team. So, in May of 2002, just as the Hornets were facing off against the New Jersey Nets in the playoffs, the NBA formally approved of the team's relocation to New Orleans. Shinn chose New Orleans over other cities because 2 months before the move was even approved, 55 luxury seats and 8,121 season tickets had already been sold.